she's not beautiful enough, you know. So it's an interesting thing to really think about in general. I mean, obviously, you know, I mean, it's not going to hurt you if you're, you know, if you're not put together. I mean, looking good is part of the job, right? But at the same time, it's like, how do you look good and establish yourself so people will take you seriously, too? You know, and one of my things has always been, I try to always be easy to work with, you know, and that's kind of been my goal all along, is like, whatever the situation is, you just get through it. You know, obviously, like, touring, you're going to play with different musicians, and sometimes it's not the most ideal circumstances. You get thrown in, you know, there's no rehearsal, and you just have to play a gig. And luckily, with my theater background, you know, I've kind of just been used to, like, just getting up there. But, you know, if you're, like I said, if you're easy to work with and you just, like, are grateful and try to, you know, make the best out of any situation, I think that people want to work with you and want to help you in general in life. So, I mean, that's kind of been my policy, you know. And, I mean, I don't know if you want to say, like, looks work to my advantage or not, but that's not something I really care to think about too much, so.
Well, that's good. Well, your music certainly does stand on its own, so let's take a break here and listen to the Blues People soundbite. And this week it features the voice of the late, great Aretha Franklin. We'll be right back.
Now everybody's gotta be free. Oh. La da 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 da, la 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 da 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 da.
Hey, this is Rick Estrin of Rick Estrin and the Nightcats, and you are listening to Blues America with Drew, and that man knows his stuff.
Blues America, taking you down to the crossroads. You ready? You ready? You ready? You ready?
Blues America, Blues People, Soundbite.
There's something that I do to always keep it fresh for myself. And I never sing it the same way twice. I always change a little something just for myself. But I give the audience what I know they want to hear, and they want to hear what they heard on the record. So I'm always sure that they hear that. But I do other little things just for myself.
Blues America, like cornbread and chili.
Doggy.
Damn, that's good.
Hi, this is Oscar Wilson, Mr. 43rd Street, Chicago, Illinois, and you're listening to Blues America.
Hold on, not so fast. Hold on, you ain't getting away with that. I can't believe a word you say. Your lying games won't keep me at bay, so hold on. Hold on. You said you'd give me all your love, and with your eyes.
Don't Fool Me No More. That's in the music bed by today's special guest, Whitney Shay. We just heard the voice of the late, great Aretha Franklin. We miss her. It's hard to believe she's gone.
Yes.
So, Whitney, we talk a lot about the blues. It's defined in so many different, unique ways. There's probably not a wrong definition. How do you define the blues?
So I've been asked this question a couple times before, like, what does blues mean to you, or kind of different meanings of this. But I always like to say that blues to me is catharsis, because it's the purging of, I mean, I think that's why blues was invented, because, you know, people had these horrible conditions that they were living in. And it came from the need to purge those feelings, to sing this music that was, sad or, kind of had these feelings, like these really deep feelings imbued into it. And I think that blues, purging, those feelings out there, is a way to like get you through it. And I think that's why the blues is so universal when you go to other countries, and other countries have always embraced it, is because you don't have to necessarily, be African American living in the, 1920s to 1950s to, have gone through some really harsh things in your life. So I think that's why people really identify that, because I think we're all searching in life to be able to feel something. I think that's why people love music and movies, and it's always an escape. So the blues is an amazing thing because it doesn't matter what language it's in, you can feel when somebody is connecting to the music. And there's no denying that when there's somebody who's really, into what they're singing. And I came from an acting background too, so I've always liked things that, I could sink my teeth into. And that's why I think blues is such an incredible genre, because like I said, it's catharsis. It's, getting all that negative stuff out and expressing yourself. Look, I think studying the history of this music is equally as important as performing this music. For me, all the artists that came before me, I know that I'm not, a black woman in the 1950s. I didn't have to go through segregation. I didn't have to deal with that stuff. Now, that being said, does that mean I can't bring my own voice to this music? No. I think that that's a really valid question to have, because, it's like I always say, it's a fine line between appreciation and appropriation.
Well, very good. So tell us about your goals.
Yeah, my goal, with this record is really to kind of branch out. I play a lot in San Diego. I play about 200 shows a year. I play 20 to 30 times a month every month. And I'm kind of done what I can in San Diego, and it doesn't mean I'm going to stop playing there. But, my goal now is to tour and to really, I'd love to do a U.S. tour. I really want to do a European tour. That's kind of my biggest goal. So this is just the beginning, I think. I'm still young, so I got a lot of years and a lot of energy left to do more, and definitely this won't be the last record for sure. But
well, Whitney Shay, congratulations on the new album and all of your success. Hope to see you out there on the road.
Thank you so much, Drew. It's such a pleasure talking to you.
You say you love me, but I've heard that before, and I know you ain't ready to give anymore, and I don't blame you, baby, but you gotta understand, I can't wait forever with an empty hand. So I'm through with trying. I've done my part. I'm too strong to be crying over half a heart. I'm not through with you yet, baby.
Blues America is endorsed by the Phoenix Blues Society. Learn how to become a member at phoenixblues.org.
I'm John Primer.
And I'm Bob Cortor.
You listen to Blues America.
What we're going to do right here is go back. Way back. Back into time.
It's time to go back, baby. Way, way back. This is the Way, Way Back Blues.
But I'm the doctor wife. You better come to me if you want to save your life. He's a dirty mother for you. He don't mean no good. He got drunk this morning, tore up he won't do no more. Whoa, dirty mother for you. He don't mean no good. He got drunk this morning, tore up the neighborhood. Played, Dennis, played for it. What you done done? You done squared my liver, now you done broke and run. Oh, dirty mother for you. He don't mean no good. He got drunk this morning, tore up the neighborhood.
Well, that's the Way Back Blues with Lizzie Douglas, better known and more famous under her stage name, Memphis Minnie. That's from 1935, a popular one, Dirty Mother for You. She'd later go on to make some hits like Me and My Chauffeur Blues and Looking the World Over. Memphis got her start at an early age performing on Beale Street as a teen. She traveled with the Ringling Brothers Circus for nearly 5 years before becoming a blues legend during her time performing with the famed players like Joe McCoy and Casey Bill Weldon, who, by the way, was husband number 1 and 2. She was before her time an independent woman who once beat Big Bill Broomsey in a singing contest. She inspired a generation of players, and she's been covered by many famous rock stars. Her music is required for any serious blues fans. But this is for the Blues Talks, a little program recorded weekly at the Chico Chisholm Memorial Studio in Phoenix. I've been your host, Drew Verbis, and I'd like to thank my wonderful guest, Whitney Shay. And as always, links to today's special guest is available at our website, bluesamerica.com. Thank you to all the fine community radio stations for supporting the blues, and all of you who are listening, be a patriot and support Blues America. Bye.
Travel. More Blues America next week.
Blues America, America.
Promotional consideration for Blues America is provided by the Southwest Musical Arts Foundation, the Phoenix Blues Society, Record High Vinyl, the Rhythm Room Concert Club, Mojo Hand Blues Art Apparel, and the listeners of Public Radio.